What's up guys, it's Chris from VFX On, and as you saw in the clip at the start, that's what we're gonna be creating, a 2D intro with long shadows. It's just so sick looking. I love that intro so much. So let's get into it. So first thing, I already created my composition. These are the settings: high definition TV, 10 seconds long. You can use 60 frames per second. I think that would look a lot better, but I'm gonna go with 30. Name it main and click OK. And next we need a new solid. I'm gonna name it BG, and I'm gonna use this color right here and click OK. OK. And now we need our text. So I'm gonna type VFX on. And just place it where you want your text to be, something like that. Okay. And next we need an effect called radial CC radial fast blur. Drop that. We also need a matte choker. Matte choker, here it is, matte choker. And we also need an effect called fill. Okay. For fill color, we're gonna set that to black and opacity to 25. For matte choker, geometric softness to 0 and choke to -127, and the rest to 0%. Okay, and CC radial blur amount to 100. And right now it doesn't look like anything obviously, but we need to set position. As you can see, if I move it around, we start to get these long shadows that you can easily create in Photoshop, but unfortunately not so easy to do in After Effects in a good quality. So I'm gonna quickly change the position to the same as I used in my preview, 192, and here to -160. For now, I'm gonna turn off all the effects so we can see only the text. And we want to create some animation now. So go to about frame 15. No, actually, let's first go to frame 1 second and press P on your keyboard for position. Set a keyframe, move back to the start, and or frame 15, and just click and drag it down to, like, I don't know, to like somewhere here. And right click, first keyframe, keyframe assistant, and easy ease out. That's important. Next, what we want to do is we want to go to this website called Gray Machine, and there's an article called My Top 5 After Effects Expressions. And here we have I can't pronounce that, but basically a bounce effect. And I'm gonna copy that, and go back to After Effects. And there will be a link in description for that website. So go check it out, and alt click on the stopwatch and paste that expression in there. So I'm gonna change the amplitude right here from 1 to 0.08. And if we preview this, you can see it gives that bounce effect, which is really awesome. And I mean, you can create it using only keyframes, but it's not as smooth, and you know, it takes time to adjust each keyframe. Anyways, okay, that's good. Now we want to go further, like, I don't know, to like somewhere here where you want your animation to like stop or to just like start to disappear. So I'm gonna set it to here. I'm gonna set a keyframe, right click, keyframe assistant, and easy ease out again, and then just go forward where you want your animation to stop. So again, click and drag upwards, so about like this far. Okay, and it will do the same effect, so it just bounces out. So right now I need to get each separate letter from this text, and I see two options. Option number one is to duplicate this layer and then type V, then type again duplicate, then type F, then duplicate, type X, and so on, and then just place the letters in their corresponding places. The option number two would be by using this script called Decompose Text, created by Charles Bordenavy. I'm sorry if I'm pronounced the last name wrong, but anyways, using this really great script, and I will also leave a link down below in comment in description. And yeah, it's a really great site, After Effects scripts and plugins, and here you have a name your own price. I would really suggest that you pay the suggested price or more, but if you're on a really tight budget, then you can lower the price. Anyways, this is really good site. Go check it out. Okay, so here I have the tool opened, the script opened, and what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna set it to select the text and set to decompose. So there we go, and I'm just gonna select all of the letters, press U so I can see all the keyframes. And the cool thing is that it created it with all the keyframes, with all the expressions and everything. So that's really awesome. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna select all of them and pre-compose and name it letters shadows. And I think we need a new solid as a background, just so we see what we're working with. Okay, and now I'm gonna press U on my keyboard to see all the keyframes. Okay, and now let's move to about like frame 25, and I will need to set a opacity. Set a keyframe and set it to 0. Then move forward to about like 1 second and 10th frame and set it back to 100. Now select these both opacity keyframes, go to the 25th frame, select all the rest of the keyframes layers, and just simply paste. Press U on our keyboard to see the layers. So now what I want to do is I want to go to the first keyframe right here, the position keyframe, which is on a 15th frame, and I want to select all of the rest, all the rest of the keyframes, and move 3 frames forward using page down. So 1, 2, 3, and simply move them to that to that position. So basically, all of the keyframes right here will be 3 frames forward. So next ones will be again 3 frames forward, 1, 2, 3, and first position keyframe again on move forward. Same 1, 2, 3, select, move forward, 1, 2, 3, select, move forward. The reason for that is because I don't want all of the letters to come up at the same time. So right now, if we quickly go through, you can see that they really nicely appear with this nice effect. So this is all good. So now what I want to do is I want to go to somewhere about like 3 seconds and 29th frame, and I want to take all of these and simply all of the keyframes and simply drag them right here. For the outro, or like when the letters are going up, I want them to go from instead of from the first letter, but from the last letter up. So pretty much other way around. And let's go to now frame 406, 4nd and 6th frame. And I'm gonna set opacity here for to 100. And then move to about like 4 seconds and 14 and set it to 0. Like that. And once again, take this, copy these keyframes, go to the first keyframe right here that we created just, and select all of the letter layers and simply paste. Okay, so, and now the same principle as we did before. Select all of these, 1, 2, 3 frames forward, move it, one, 2, 3, and you don't have to do it as I'm doing, you know, 3 frames forward. You can do it like, I don't know, 1, 2, 3. You can do more frames forward, you know, or you can do like, I don't know, like the X goes up and then the N and so on. You don't have to do exactly as I'm doing. So they simply go and disappear like that. That's cool. That's exactly what we want. Okay, and now I'm gonna select all of the layers, copy, go back here, paste, and pre-compose, and name this text. But one thing that we have to change is we need to get rid of all of the effects. I'm not sure if it deletes. No, unfortunately it doesn't delete for all of the layers. If you select all of the layers, that will, I don't know why they didn't include such a feature that when you select all of the layers and delete effects, like for example like this, that they delete from all of the layers. That would be cool. Like you can paste to multiple layers, but you can't delete. So anyways, right now I'm gonna go and search for an effect called drop shadows and put that on here, and we need to go to a place where we can actually see our text. Why we can't see our text? Oh, okay. So, and simply change opacity to 6. Okay, and copy the effect and paste it over to all of them. Okay, and now what we want to do is we want to change the color of our text to this. Did it change? To this color. Okay, so yeah, it changes. Now let's see how it looks. It already looks really cool. I already like how it looks. So now we want to go to letters layer, and we want to turn on all the effects. I'm not sure if this will work. I will try to select all the layers, turned on, copy, and paste them here. Okay, that does not work. Okay, that's unfortunate. Now let's turn off the background for both of these. And this is how it looks so far. It still looks very rough, as you can see, very rough around the edges. So, and now I want to create a mask for our letter shadows. So click somewhere right here and then about like here and make a like something like this sort of path. And click in inverted for the mask, and mask feather to 383, so it smoothens it out a bit, and opacity to 66, and mask expansion to 489. So it's something like this, very small shadows right there. And I mean, you can adjust like the feather if you want, like, you know, I don't know, like just create longer shadows or whatever. I'm gonna stick with what I have. Maybe I'm gonna adjust this position right here, something like that. Let's see, yeah, something like that maybe. Okay. So, and now we will need an effect called edge blur. So drop that on, and what it does, it basically smoothens out the edges. As you can see, it's very rough now. You see like all this area is very rough. If we click, it smoothens everything out. It looks good. Blur amount, maybe set that to 2. It doesn't change much, but I don't know. So Let's leave that with M so we can see the mask. So, and now what I want to do is I want to take this, the text that we created at the start, and turn on the effects for it, and right click, pre-compose, and I'm going to call it full shadow. Okay, maybe also we need a background just in future so we can see what we're working with. Okay, and we're gonna move it to here, and we're gonna also take the blur, paste it on, and we're gonna select the same mask and paste it on. The reason why I added it, it just adds a bit more depth to it. You see, without it, it's not, with it, it looks a bit better in my opinion. So I'm gonna leave it. And also, I don't know if you can hear, but outside there is a pretty big wind. I'm not sure if it's a storm or what, but yeah. And now what I wanna do is I want to go and set opacity for full shadows. The reason because right here, as you can see, it doesn't look that good. So like the separate letter is coming up right there, but we can see full shadow already. So we have to work around that. So we're gonna go to around like 118 somewhere here. And it still does not look good. So we're gonna set opacity here and set it to 0. We're gonna go forward about 1, 2, 3 frames again and set it to somewhere about 40. And you can see it here already, but because the animation continues, it just sort of blends in. And then we need to end that at around like somewhere here and set again the opacity and move to like, I don't know, somewhere here and set it to 0. Select both of them, keyframe assistant, easy ease. Okay, and I mean you can spot that there is some like something going on shady there. What happens if I duplicate letter shadows and set their opacity to 40%? Is it the same? I think it is. Not quite sure. Let's see. Let's just see. Yeah, whatever. I'm just gonna leave with full shadows because I somewhat like that there is this like error or whatever. I don't know why, but I just like it. Now what we need is our small text that it is there. And so we're gonna type our small text, which is dare to dream. Okay, and then I'm gonna type our big text, which is visual effects. White and 29. Okay, and just place it somewhere where it looks good. I think maybe a bit to the side, something like that. Maybe even more. Okay, now dare to dream. Okay, something like that. That looks good. And simply what I did is pre-compose dare to dream and pre-compose visual effects. Okay, and now let's select visual effects. Let's move it here. And and at around this 1 second and 28th frame, we're gonna set opacity for our visual effects text. I'm gonna set that to 0 and move forward to about like here and set that back to 100. And you know, you don't have to do exactly what I'm doing here with all the transitions and everything. You can do it your own way. I'm just showing you step by step how I did it to create the preview. These are exact spots that I used in the preview. So yeah, just, you know, play around and see what works. So 324, again, keyframe, move forward to like here, set that to 0, select all of the keyframes, right click, keyframe assistant, easy ease, press so we can see the keyframes. Dare to Dream is a bit different because what I used a pen tool and a simple rectangle mask. That's all I did there, like that. And 203, I set the first keyframe, first position keyframe. So press M for the mask path, feather it to 81, and let's move to 229, and take the mask and drag it to the other side of the text, like that, and select this end and move it like that. Okay, and the same in the opposite way. So from here, set a keyframe, and for 23, simply take this mask and just drag it out. Okay, and select keyframes, keyframe assistant, easy ease, or you can just press F9. So guys, that's it for this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and I hope you did learn something here. And if you want this template, you can contact me through Facebook, Twitter, Google+, YouTube, email, and I will give you the download link for this template. And also, it will be really helpful if you could click that like button and if you could subscribe, because that really do help a lot. And share this video, tell your friends, tell your mom, tell your dad, tell your friends. And yeah, if you have any questions, you can leave them down below in comments and I will try to respond to them. So yeah, once again, please make sure you hit that like button and subscribe, and I'll see you guys in my next video. Bye.